This upcoming classic isometric real-time strategy game includes a retro design of its art and factions, and I just know you will love it at first sight just as much as I did. It is called D.O.R.F, or if you want to be precise, D.O.R.F Real-Time Strategic Conflict. And just like many of the games I have showcased to you previously, this one is also the brainchild of a small indie team of very talented game developers. I have been sent some of the latest footage, but do note this is not the final version. They are now working to improve the old classic look of their game with new modern rendering techniques in collaboration with the developers of Brigador, which is a cyberpunk top-down mech shooter.
Our base is under attack.
At launch, D.O.R.F will feature elaborate and sprawling base building, with everything from resource refineries and factories to defensive structures including walls. The battles promise to be just as big, with both powerful and unique units across 3 different factions, with land, air and sea units. Some of the most iconic will no doubt be double zeppelin bombers, behemoth multi-turreted tanks, Tesla coil fighting vehicles, heavily armed and armored battleships, double hull flying bomber monstrosities, psychic warriors, giant crushing junk sphere of death, and clunky but ultra brutally powerful artillery mecha. I know I'm laying it thick with the adjectives, I'm just so into the 90s element right now, so bear with me on this.
Vehicle lost.
Bonus feature is that structures can be rotated during base building, so there are 21st century elements in this retro game, and that is not the only one. Another is the ability of infantry units to go into civilian structures, garrisoned by enemies, and fight in close quarters with the occupants inside these makeshift bunkers, even kicking them out. This can also be done to enemy factories, which will then give you access to your enemy's tech and lets you use it against them. Some units can also be combined, like troop carriers and mortars for example, to give you an armored and mobile short-range artillery unit. This might be a twisted version of the future, almost like Mad Max on sci-fi steroids, but economies still run on resources. So in D.O.R.F, you have several resources to mine and refine besides the electric power to keep everything running. Oil can be pumped out, ore can be mined, and also scrap collected, meaning a 3-resource economy. There is the added step of refining in specialized buildings, meaning efficient supply lines and logistics networks will be an important cog in your war industry and construction of more combat vehicles in this game. Basically, resources must flow through conveyors or pipelines to be refined and then to factories to be used, instead of just existing in a pool that's accessible instantly as most RTS games use. Some vehicles can do the resupplying of factories manually. The setting of this game is on a very hostile version of our planet Earth, which is full of abominations from genetic experiments, endless warfare, and even some extraterrestrial anomalies. It is in this mess that you will be able to play a single-player campaign crafted for each of the 3 factions, along with skirmish versus AI. Multiplayer is also planned with support of up to 8 players per match, meaning a maximum of 4 versus 4. But that is not the focus of this game. No info on a playable demo yet, so I will keep you updated. Those 3 warring factions in this universe are the brutalist battle-hardened Empire, junkyard jalopy war machines of the warbands, and the technologically sophisticated and mysterious Triple Consortium. The Union of Imperial States is a confederation of powerful industrialists, aristocrats, and military nobility which hide behind concrete superfortresses and colossal vehicles which are marvels of military engineering. Despite their massive power, their enemies are slowly chipping away at their supremacy and wearing them thin in places where they don't do it themselves due to corruption. First of these enemies of the Empire are many people of the Second World, isolationist nomads, superstitious cults, seafaring pirates and bloodthirsty motorized warbands known as the Warband tribes. It will only take a single warlord to get massive armies of twisted machines made from the litter of the old world to wreak havoc across the continent. Not to mention witches and strange creatures he might employ. The last faction is Triple Consortium, or the New World Order, made up of private enterprises and local militias allied and equipped with most advanced re-engineered technologies from the old world. They use enormous mobile refineries and walking structures supported by the best trained soldiers and pilots on the continent. This is going to be my must-play game when it comes out, and I hope after watching this video it will be yours too. A link to the Steam store page is in the description, and you can help out the developers by wishlisting the game. Another way the developers want to improve the game is to remap the terrain map editor system to allow for some more sophisticated environments. I will show you fresh footage of this in my future videos. For more similar games, use the cards on the screen. Thank you for watching and happy gaming!